with all the current available AI, artificial intelligence tools, and ChatGPT, there is a demanded skill that everyone should acquire to be able to use those tools and to utilize them to support his journey, whether be it in the learning community or studying or workplace. Data validation skill. We all need to be global digital citizens. For us to be able to become global digital citizens, we need to be able to validate the data that is available for us from all the digital tools available. What is data validation skill? Data validation skill refers to the ability to assess the accuracy, completeness, consistency, and reliability of data. It involves applying various techniques and methods to ensure that data is valid, trustworthy, and fit for the intended purpose. Data validation is essential in every field, in particular when we're talking about research, decision-making, and data analysis. There are a lot of key aspects for data validation skill, but this video will highlight on the most important. Number one, understanding data. Being able to comprehend the nature of the data, its structure, and the variables involved. This includes, but is not limited to, understanding the data types, measurement scales, and the relationships between variables. Number two, evaluating data. We need to question the data quality that is available from the source. So we have to assess the quality and integrity of data by examining factors such as completeness, consistency, and accuracy. So as a user, you should make sure that the data is error-free, that there is no outliers, and all values are there in a consistent manner. Cleaning data. We need to employ techniques to clean the data and correct the errors or inconsistencies in the data. And this will only be possible if we have a solid background about the topic that we are conducting this search about. So this may involve removing duplications, handling missing data, resolving inconsistencies, or standardizing the data formats. Number four, checking data. Integrity comes first. So we need to verify the reliability and validity of the data by comparing it against predefined criteria or established standards. This ensures that the data accurately represents the intended information. Number five, assessing data. Let's pause and ask ourselves about the source of the data. Evaluating the credibility and trustworthiness of the data source is crucial. So before we start taking from a certain source the data, we need to check the provider. So consider the reputation of the data provider, the methodology used to collect the data, and the potential biases or limitations that may affect its validity. Is that all? Definitely not. We need to interpret the context and consider the context in which the data was collected and the understanding how it may impact its validity. Also, we have to be mindful about how the findings were communicated. So effectively communicating the findings and limitations of the data to various users will allow us to understand the quality and reliability of the information. So as a teacher, how can a teacher acquire the data validation skill to determine if data is valid and reliable? Acquiring data validation skills to determine if data is valid and reliable is crucial for teachers who work with data-driven decision-making and research. First of all, as a teacher, you need to familiarize yourself with the different types of data, such as quantitative, numerical, and qualitative, descriptive. You have to learn about the characteristics, measurement scales, and potential sources associated with each type. In addition, we have to understand what are the various data collection methods, and we have to explore the research methodologies and study design to understand concepts such as randomization, control groups, and statistical analysis. Furthermore, we have to assess the credibility, reputation, and expertise of the data provider, specifically the source that we are trying to rely on for our data. How updated is it? From where is it bringing the information? And we need to examine the data collection procedures used to gather this data. Last but not least, as a teacher, I need to make sure that I have to stay up to date with all the current and recent publications and best practices opportunities related to the data analysis, research methods, and educational assessment. By following the steps of data validation and being actively engaged in data analysis and research practices, teachers can acquire data validation skills and become proficient in determining the validity and reliability of data. Continuous learning, practical applications, and collaboration with experts are key to developing and refining these skills over time. We all want to use and utilize the digital tools, but the question remains, how can I be sure that what I'm reading from a platform is accurate?